Okay, hello. It's been a while. I'm just opened up my little topics document for my next video, and there's some stuff that happened several weeks ago, so I realize it's been quite a long time. Sorry. Anyways, so first off, I'm gonna just kind of work my way back in time. So I'll start with the most recent things to talk about, most fresh in my memory. So it is Sunday, the 26th of November, and Thursday was, of course, the American holiday of Thanksgiving. It was a little sad not being able to go home and be with my family, but luckily for me, I've actually made some really cool and good friends here in London from school. So there were two Americans. I'm the only American in my program, but there's another American by the name of Blake from Wisconsin who hangs out with us a lot from the MA Field Archaeology program. But he's doing underwater archaeology, but maritime archaeology. But anyways, so since there were two of us around, Paul offered up his house for Thanksgiving dinner. So Thursday after class, Paul and I went to the store to Sainsbury's, which is like a Safeway, um, and we bought lots of food. And we went back and we cooked. And his girlfriend came over and when she got off work and helped us. And we had a nice big Thanksgiving dinner. It was me and Blake and Paul and his girlfriend Laura and Nicole and Chip, who are also in the same MA program as me and Paul and Nicole. Yeah. Um, so that was fun. We didn't have turkey. The turkey was really expensive. It was cost 4 times as much as the chicken. So we got a chicken. We baked the chicken in the oven. We had mashed potatoes, and I made sweet potatoes. I made them all try it. They weren't too thrilled at first when I told them it was nothing but butter and brown sugar and covered in marshmallows. The English don't have quite the same sweet tooth Americans do. They all liked it though. They all said it was good. Although Paul admitted to me that as soon as he took a bite into like the marshmallows and the brown sugar, and it gave him a headache. So I don't think he's used to having that much sugar. Um, but I brought home all the leftovers for the sweet potatoes. I've been eating them. So good. It's my favorite dish. Um, so that was great, and vegetables and dinner rolls and all that stuff, and lots of wine. um, so that was really nice. And then the next day on Friday, because Michael had gone home to mom and dad's for Thanksgiving, uh, he managed to get mom's webcam to finally work because we've been having problems with it. So um, finally got that working. So I talked for over an hour with mom and dad and Nana and Michael, which was just really nice. It's nice to talk to people on the telephone, but it's even better to be able to see them live and interact with them, that way. It just makes it feel even closer. So that was really nice. So that was good. I talked to them for a long time. Um, and then Gabriel, I think on Tuesday or Wednesday, his brand new MacBook Pro, it's a very expensive laptop, just arrived, and that has a built-in webcam inside the monitor. So then I talked to him too for a little bit, and our friend Camilla was having dinner with his family. So I got to see Gabe and Camilla and Gabe's little sister Dahlia. So that was also fun. Um, yeah. So that was Thanksgiving. Okay, so sorry, I'm gonna break this into segments. It's easier that way. Um, so then let's see. Next on my list, Paul's tube party. Technically Paul's sister had a costume party. I think 2 weeks ago or a week ago from yesterday, and that was fun. It was a costume party, and the theme for it was the Underground, the British London subway, aka the Tube for short. And so you had to dress up as a station. And so there was lots of creative, witty things. One guy was Paddington Station, so he had a T-shirt with bears all over it for Paddington Bear. Paul's sister had, I think, the most creative one. It was really hard to get, but it was at the same time it was just great. It was there's a station called King's Cross Station. So she had a crown for king, and then for Cross Station she had a stuffed lobster because it's a crustacean. So that was just a play on words, which was really funny when she explained it. Because at first it was like, to get the lobster, but yeah, that was really funny. And anyway, so we've got some photos on there. They're on my Flickr account if you go and look. There's one called the Underground Party. I went as Camden Town Station because I live in Camden, and Camden is the best way to describe it. And Angela completely agreed when she came and visited. It's just like Telegraph Avenue in Berkeley, but much bigger and on a much larger scale. And if you're not familiar with Telegraph, maybe you're familiar with like the Haight-Ashbury in San Francisco. So lots of kind of like goth punky stores. So I was all decked out in that. I went and I walked down the street and to the goth shops, and I bought a studded leather collar and a studded leather bracelet and a studded leather belt, and like this funky t-shirt, which I actually really like anyways. I'm going to keep the t-shirt and wear it. It's Cornelius from Planet of the Apes, and he's wearing these big like aviator 70s style sunglasses. So that's one of the many things you find in Camden are lots of like random funky t-shirts. So I was wearing that, and all the leather, and I spiked up all my hair. It was just a big mess. Yeah. The next day when I woke up, it was still all up. Anyways, even though I had washed my hair. So that was fun. Good party. And the weekend before that, we had a conference at UCL. My professor, the co-head of my MA program, is also the head of the Center for Applied Archaeology at UCL. And he put on a conference called Archaeology and Conflict. So he does archaeology in Lebanon, and lots of the archaeologists at UCL tend to focus on the Middle East. So he brought in several like Iraqi archaeologists, and some from Palestine and Israel, and some Iranian ones, and some Lebanese, and they were just discussing how archaeology, the effects of war and all the problems that they have to deal with there. They talked about how the July War between Israel and Hezbollah like just destroyed so much of the archaeology, and how it probably set them back 20 years of advances that they were making in taking care of all the cultural heritage. And because Lebanon was in a 15-year civil war, and now they were finally making progress and getting ahead. After all that, the economy was getting stronger and they were doing well, and then this just set them back 20 years again, and it's just really bad. And it was actually a really depressing conference afterwards. It was just like, why do we even bother? Everything gets blown up or looted or stolen and sold on the black market, and it's just quite depressing and sad. So it wasn't very uplifting actually, but it's real world, I suppose. Yeah, so that was the conference. I spent 3 days sneaking into a few of the speeches whenever I could, but for 3 days, me, Paul, and Nicole, and Chip, and Jen spent the days, along with this other girl named Anastasia, setting everything up. So we set up all the coffee breaks. We were the ones running to the stores and buying all the food and preparing all the food for the lunch breaks, and we set up for the wine reception the first Saturday night, and so we did all that. So it was 3 days of being on campus all weekend at like 8:30 in the morning till 6 or 7 at night, cleaning everything up. And so it was a long 3 days. But it was nice because I was fed for those 3 days. I got to eat all the food and all the lunches and everything. And then on the last day, not the last day, Saturday, they took us out to a really nice dinner at this nice Italian restaurant. So that was good, you know. So I guess it was worth it. And the big thing is, of course, I scored major kudos with several of the lecturers. So that's good. I hope they remember it when they're grading my essays, because I have one due in exactly 2 weeks, Friday the 8th, and I'm very behind, and I really should be reading right now, but I'm not, because I don't feel like it, because it's boring. I have to read about values and how they play a role in determining site significance in archaeology management planning. Exciting. And what else on my list? Oh, Remembrance Day and Jen's for dinner. So, Remembrance Day is Veterans Day in the United States, but they call it Remembrance Day here. And I was actually quite surprised. In the United States, you know, it's really quite sad. It's supposed to be there to remember and honor all of our veterans. But what do most people see it as? I remember Gabe sent me an email. Oh, I don't have to work on Friday because of Veterans Day. And, you know, there's all the advertisements for car sales and Macy's Day sales, and just, it's a day to go shopping and not have to go to work. And it just kind of loses, I think, its importance. And here, it's a really big thing. For the whole month of November, veterans sell these little red and orange poppies, and you buy them for like £1, and you wear them, and the money goes to help support the veterans, particularly those who like have lost like pensions and you know were disabled in fight in battle, and to help them pay bills and things like that. And so it's just you know, it's a really good thing to do. So actually technically didn't buy this, so I feel a little bad, but Genevieve gave me one that she had, and she wanted me to wear it so that I would look like a real British citizen, because everybody wears them. I would have bought one anyways, but she gave me one, so I didn't have to. But it's just a good thing. And then like on they have 11 at 11, and because it's November 11th, and so on 11 a.m. on the 11th they have 1 to 2 minutes of silence, and there's lots of, you know, parades over the weekend, and things like that. So it just seems much more. They just seem much more into it, and for the right reasons, as opposed to the Americans who are in it for the capital reasons. It's a reason to have a sale and go shopping. Very much defines our country, though, doesn't it? Yeah, and I guess that's about it. I just had one more thing. Just about my friends and like how I've been getting along with them. I've been spending lots of time with them, you know, hanging out. And last night I went out and saw Tim Burton's A Nightmare Before Christmas in 3D, and I dragged a couple of them along, and they all liked it. And then we all went out to a pub, had a couple pints, and then we went out to dinner, and then, you know, then we went back to Paul's house, and we all hung out there and had some tea. And so lots of friends and hanging out a lot, and we all get along really well, which is nice considering there's only a few of us. It's kind of odd, actually. But yeah, so I guess that's pretty much an update on my life. I have to write this stupid paper. Really don't want to. I'm a procrastinator. This is my procrastination. So I guess that's about it. So I will let you go. Go to my Flickr account and look at it. I'm always putting more photos up. There's one photo, just one, of Thanksgiving. I didn't have my camera, and Nicole took one picture, as I think Paul was carving the chicken, and we were all about to eat. But there's a few other photos on there too from a few other events. But yeah, if you want to see pictures. So have a good day.